right, everybody. Market open. I am here. It is live. It is time to begin. How's everybody doing? First of all, it's a very important question. It is it is one interesting market. I will say that one interesting market for sure. You know, I think that a lot of stuff happening today. Google earnings, Microsoft earnings, those are the big ones that I'm looking out for. Microsoft did pretty decently well. We're about to go through their numbers. Google is also doing rather okay. All right, everybody. Well, we don't know about Google, but I predict it's going to be rather okay. That is my prediction on Google. How's everybody doing? Okay, just making sure the volume works, all that stuff. All right. Yeah, so Microsoft earnings. Microsoft did $15 billion in cybersecurity sales this year. That growth rate is probably unsustainable, but nonetheless, $15 billion is a lot. So I'm going to pull up the article right here. Just give me one sec. Let me make sure we're good on YouTube. Okay, cool. So here we go to the main area. Microsoft $15 billion cybersecurity business is giving investors a new reason for optimism. Microsoft is one of those companies where people think it's kind of grown already too much. Or not grown too much, it's just like there's not enough room to grow. But when you think of Microsoft and what they're able to do and the sections of the market they're able to operate in, there's a very, very strong potential for this company to just fundamentally explode over a long period of time. They're not going to put up crazy numbers in the next couple years, but over time, Microsoft could be a safe bet just because they operate in every section of enterprise software and they have a thriving consumer business. So the fact that cybersecurity is generating $15 billion for them, like by itself, that's just one part of the stack. It's pretty amazing. Emmanuel, what's up in the chat? Henry, I heard Palantir going to $20 this week. What's up? What's up? I mean, I hope Palantir goes to $20. That would be fun. But do we get there? I don't know. Now, so $15 billion for cybersecurity, that's really amazing. Where else do we have? Let me type it right here. Microsoft earnings. Q2 2022. So they beat on EPS. Oh, is this an old one? Ah, interesting. So I don't think they reported yet, but they did report their $15 billion in cybersecurity. Okay, not bad. So I guess we're going to see it from there. Google is also coming a little bit later. Google's the interesting one. I mean, like, oh boy, Google earnings expectations. What do we got on Google? What to look for? What are we going to get on Google earnings? I mean, like, so Google reported Q4 21, so EPS rose 37%. Revenue grew 32% year over year. That's revenue, that's amazing. 32% year over year. The company that experienced strong growth in both advertising and cloud computing. Cloud computing is the thing I'm looking for Google to see what we really get. Like, can Google really become a cloud computing, dominating machine? I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually be able to do that. If they can do that, that's going to be phenomenal. I mean, GCP is... That's why Google's looking cheap, especially with the stock split coming up. I know that doesn't reduce the price technically, but perception-wise, Google's looking like a hell of a buy right now. If you expect they're going to be around for the next decade, which, I mean, I don't think Google's going anywhere. So estimates for Q1, analysts are saying they're going to get $68 billion in revenue, $5.7 billion in cloud revenue, and $25 earning per share. All right, well, that's what. Yeah, see, the primary metric is going to be the cloud revenue. Google Cloud revenue is the biggest thing. That's what people ultimately want to see. Man, this is interesting. Google's cloud revenue has grown rapidly over the past 4 years, more than tripling from $5.8 billion in 2018 to a total of $19 billion in full year. Look at that, $5 billion to $19 billion with Google Cloud. I mean, obviously AWS is the leader in this space with what they're doing, but like that's not bad, man. That's like some crazy amount of growth. There's a rumor of Tesla stock split 20-1. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, maybe it will happen, maybe not. I guess we'll see. Someone says Discovery plus 2 million net sub ad. Did they report? Is that why? Discovery plus earnings? Or Discovery plus subscriber count? How do you know they got 2 million more? Because if they did, that's interesting. CNN is done. Yo, this story is actually insane. The fact that CNN is like legitimately done. Lit's introduction speech to many employees wasn't what he initially expected. Blah blah blah. Lit told the employees they'd project working on the 6 to 9 months. Yeah. Look, he quit his job as executive producer of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert to run CNN, and now CNN Plus is gone. For some CNN employees, it wasn't the first time they'd heard. This is just insane, bro. The fact that it actually collapsed this quickly, the fact that they thought they had a chance it was going to work, that's also the insane part. Heard you say a while back that PBT was a third of portfolio. That's risky to say the least. What's your thesis on it? I'm curious. My thesis on Purple Biotech is pretty large. I can't even talk about it for like 10 hours. It would take me like 50 hours. There's a guy you should follow on StockTwits. His name is Brad Lassance. This guy understands Purple Biotech better than most people in the world. He has enough to write a whole thesis on it. But it's a biotech at the end of the day. That's why I don't talk about it on my channel, because it's risky to invest in a biotech. But, you know, my thesis has been there for 2 years. I'm pretty convicted that they have a drug called NT219 that is just a phenomenal drug. And when the market recognizes some of the results that it's putting up, it's going to be pretty crazy. But with biotechs, you really got to be patient because, you know, PBBT is following the same path of other stocks where it's like down in the gutter for years, and then it has the pop. And that pop is like a 20-30x. It's like insane. But I don't know when that's going to happen. So kind of just see how it goes. Warner Bros. Discovery earnings. Okay, we got the market up. Oh, hold on. Are you guys ready? You guys ready? It's 9:30. It is time. Wake your ass up. The market is open. Lot of red. Lot of red. So there's like a little green at the top, and then you see a lot of red. That's all you see is a lot of red. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be another crappy day in the market. I mean, doesn't look like anything's going to be that phenomenal, to be honest. Let's see. What do we want to pick first? Let's go to Block. Okay. You're down 2%. Not the best, but nonetheless, okay. Let's see. Google. I think Google's going to pop on earnings, to be honest. I think Google's going to do well. The question is, like, how well are they going to do for analysts to be okay with it? Okay, so Google's 2,400. Let's look at Bitcoin. We haven't, Bitcoin's, I think, is at 40. I think I just clicked on it. Spotify is 111. So Spotify's still getting a little hurt. Shopify's below 500. Bitcoin's at 40 grand. Bitcoin was at 38 grand 2 days ago. Again, the volatility of this guy is huge. Like, but it's been in this range for a while. I mean, it's been stuck between, I would say, 37 to 42 for probably 3 months now, almost 2.5 months. So, I mean, if you're day trading it and you know how to manipulate with Bitcoin at that level, then it's probably a decent bet. Netflix is getting close to 200. And that's kind of insane. If Netflix drops below 200, I think we all are so crazed out by the market, we forgot that Bill Ackman took a $400 million loss literally a couple of days ago, bro. A couple of days ago. Why is Twitter not on 54.2? So the reason Twitter is not literally at the buyout price is because, and Tom's actually doing a video about this today, there's still a little bit of market hesitation on if the deal actually goes through. So, like, if it's a done deal, the market goes right up to 54.20 and, like, the stock is done. Like, there's no point of buying it because it's at the buyout price. But if the market is a little hesitant to see if it actually ends up happening, it goes lower. So when it was at 47.48, the market was very hesitant because they didn't think this deal was going to happen, which is why the stock wasn't bought at the level at which you could get a surefire return. But now that the market's way more certain, I mean, they announced it yesterday, right, that Elon's buying Twitter. That's there. Granted, there has to be probably a year's worth of stuff before Twitter hands Elon the keys. I mean, there's regulatory stuff. There's dealing with the management. There's the actual company, the board of directors, the employees. All of that stuff has to be dealt with in some capacity. And ultimately, that is going to determine a lot of stuff for that. SoFi is down below $7. Sheesh. SoFi is down below $7. My goodness. I mean, it's been there for a while, but the fact that it's still there. Snowflake at 182. I think CRM, Salesforce, is also getting a bit hit right now. Yeah, Salesforce is at 170. If you look at Salesforce's chart, it's a pretty beautiful chart. You know, modest growth over time. If you just held it, it's going to keep going. It'll have some dips, but it'll just keep going up. This was the big one, 311, September 2021, peak euphoria, and then we collapsed down. So we'll see. I mean, like, a lot of these stocks are looking attractive. I'm not going to, this is why I said if you have $1,000, you should do like $200 a day and kind of like DCA into it. Tesla below 1,000. Tesla's still holding up pretty well given how the market is. I mean, the fact that they're above 1,000, to me, that's still amazing. Owen says Palantir to 20. What is Palantir? I didn't even check Palantir. How could I not check up on my girl? 1180. Damn. I mean, that's down 3%. It's rough, man. I mean, either it's 2042 and you're like, wow, 20 years ago was the best time to load up on stocks, or it's 2042 and you're like, yeah, I guess stocks don't go up. That's how it is. Palantir to 130 soon. Hopefully. I mean, that'll be great. With announced rate hikes that SoFi price is surprising, I think the market is overreacting to student loan deferrals. Yeah, I think the student loan deferrals is like, because it's going to get deferred until 2023. Like, we know that's happening. There's no question about it. Like, Biden, before the midterms, is not going to be like, hey, everybody, you have to pay your student loans. Like, that's just not happening. It's just not happening. I like, there's no way. So, at that point, SoFi doesn't have a student loan part of their business for at least the foreseeable future. I would give it at least 18 months, let's say. Maybe 12 months if we're being optimistic. Which means that the market needs to bake in that news and then value SoFi on other stuff. Like, student loans is not the biggest percentage of their business. In fact, I heard it was only like 8% or something from something I was reading, so I doubt so. Palantir, so many damn shares outstanding. It's such a slow. Yo, Tesla's about to have a lot of shares outstanding. If Tesla does this 20-to-1 split, Tesla's going to have a lot of shares outstanding. And it's harder to move a stock. I mean, that's why Apple barely moves, right? Because, like, Apple has so many shares. Like, it just stays, like, to get it to just move is just hard. Look at this. It's teetering between 3 cents. That's how, like, hard it is to make it to move. When was it at 182? This was January. Oh, yeah, I remember this. This was weird. There was, like, everything crashed in January, but then there was this one little run where it just ran right up. I had a video, actually, called Is Apple Worth $3 Trillion? And I recorded the video. I thought the thumbnail was great, all that stuff, but I never posted it. Because it's like, the day I wanted to post it, Apple just went right back up to, I don't know. Or Apple went right back down to 170. Let's see reaction with Apollo demo. Yeah, that's some good Palantir stuff that's coming out. Let's go to the Palantir Twitter, by the way. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, @AmitIsInvesting, make sure to follow me. They have some big news coming out. They're hyping it up for sure. So if you go to right here, look at this. 2 days to launch. These guys are hyping it up. They want people to know. Oh, hold on. Let me charge my camera real quick. 1 second. I need to plug in the charger so that it does not die. I must do this. Boom. All right, we should be good. And then it goes away, of course. Because why not? That's how the world is. Technology, right? Technology. Okay, anyway, let's get back into this. Look at this. 2 days to launch. That's their argument. Their argument is literally that, like, we're about to start going really, really... They're saying they're going to show some really cool stuff, right? And that's the thing that I'm excited for. It's like, what exactly are they going to show, and how cool is it going to be? I think it's going to be... Now, I can't watch it because I have work at the time, unfortunately. So I'm sure some people will be recording it, and we'll be doing some live reactions to it. But it's interesting. They've been very active on their Twitter. I mean, they just put out a video yesterday on the Palantir Developers channel and on the regular Palantir channel, in which they're explaining more stuff. This was a more technical video, Foundry Tech Playlist Data Integration Series. So here, it's like a full technical video of them, like, actually trying to explain all this data and complex stuff. To be honest, not the most exciting video because, like, at the end of the day, most people don't care. That's why Palantir's a hard company for people to really get into, bro. Most people just don't care. Like, but this stuff is interesting if you're trying to go into a deep dive and like really understand the software a little bit more and keep going from there. Scott L, morning bro, what's up? What's up? Jim Simmons has 1.24 million Upstart shares. Wow, that is kind of crazy. Let's go back into Webull. Twitter. Oh, Twitter's going lower. Maybe a little bit of market hesitation on this one. Just a little bit. Apple's there, Netflix there, Costco's a little dramatic. It was at 612 literally a couple days ago. Like 566 is a bit of a fall. Amazon, I'm really interested in their Amazon earnings coming up. Look, the thing about Amazon is, man, it's either going to increase their advertising revenue, which is what I think it's kind of. Ads were a big part last year. Ads were a big part. I think they did the same amount of money in ads that Facebook did. Like, it was actually kind of ridiculous when you really look at their ad business. The question is, how do they ultimately scale that, right? And how does that keep going? I think AWS, I'm really excited to learn how much AWS is doing, because AWS seems like $1 trillion company inside of Amazon. Like, it actually seems insane, the fact that they're growing at that level. So that's going to be interesting. They're already doing the stock split, but this is getting close to where the stock was before it traded, before the split. So, like, people have a target of about 4,600 on Amazon. I'm interested. I mean, that's reasonable if they have the ability to continue that growth, but, like, the retail business is not struggling. It's just obviously the retail business is not the most profitable for them because, like, there's a ton of low margin stuff they're selling. But the software and Prime Video and the subscription, that stuff is, like, phenomenal. The question is ultimately, how do they execute on it? PayPal below 90. I think the thing that's going on with PayPal is this definancialized stuff, right? This DeFi stuff. Like, the fact that this DeFi stuff is actually happening and it's like it's innovating in the payments world. It seems kind of like inevitable. If you just gun to my head, how do I? It seems inevitable that there's a decentralized financial applications tool that is just better than PayPal, because at the end of the day, PayPal, all it has is its brand, right? I mean, like, it's a way to transfer money, but when you talk about crypto, like, there's just so many ways to transfer money, and there's so many more efficient ways. Now, PayPal has a lot of cybersecurity fraud. All this, I get that. There's a big enough moat there, but it's not that the company goes bankrupt. It's that is it worth $300, which is what it was about a year ago, right? Let's look at the chart on PayPal. Yeah, 310, literally July 2021, so even less than a year ago. So it's like, is it worth 310, right? I mean, with everything else that's going on, it's hard to imagine that. FYI, we just had a bad upgrade session at Costco this past weekend. Yeah, that makes sense. Just got stopped out of Twitter whale games. The whales are not letting you make money on Twitter. Is Elon Musk going to take Tesla private and buy everyone out? Probably not. I mean, if he was going to do that, it would be in 2018. But I think Tesla, they expect the stock to just like quintuple or whatever. So there's really no need to do that. Gold Star members to executive members upgrade. Interesting. Costco doesn't want us to approach customers right now so that we don't get member complaints. Oh, Seko, you work in Costco. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. We will be upgrading again in 2 months. I'm sure they will tell us that we can approach customers at that point because of our bad numbers. Wow, so they don't want you to approach customers so you don't get member complaints. So, like, if you go to a customer and, like, they have a bad experience with you or something, you get a complaint, and that's bad? That's really interesting. Wow. QQQ 324. Let's look at the range on QQQ. So, started around 1999. Wow, the QQQ got to 194. Oh my goodness. I never knew this. The QQQ got to about 195. Let's just call it 190. April, March of 2000. Talk about a bubble. Because now we're only at 324. Like, that crash, it's taken 2 decades to even get back to that level at 190. I mean, now we're at 320, so we tripled, or almost like 2.2x. We got to 407. That was a proper almost 2.5x. But wow, 190 in 2000, and it started at what? Yeah, 90. That what a bubble. You work in the membership department. Awesome. Gotcha. Jim Simmons is the mathematician. Yes. No one can take Tesla private now, I would say. Yeah, Tesla's owned by too many people for it to go private. There's also no need for it to go private. So QQQ is down from January. Well, actually, here we go. Yeah, from January we were at 390. So it's at 324. Okay. So we're down about, what's 390 minus 30? 60 points so far in the year to start, which is not crazy considering how the market has operated. SPY is down also about 60 points, right? Because SPY started at 480. Yeah, right there, 480. This was in around that range. Well, this was right at the beginning of January, last day of December. And now we're at 420, so almost about 60 points as well. So SPY and QQQ are basically down 60 points at the same time. No, I mean, they're kind of performing identical. And then the rest of the market is down as a result of that. Seattle JCP, good morning. Good morning. What's up? Amit, what do you think about Elon saying he will EA? What do you mean by EA? I feel like I should know what EA means, but I don't know. Yeah, let me know what EA means. But yeah, this is interesting, man. Tattooed Chef below 9. This one's getting hit pretty badly, man. This one's getting hit. DNA, Kathy's buying a lot of this, 3.7. ARC, 53. I mean, it's holding up. By the way, I did a debate yesterday, guys, with this person who believes Spotify is the next Google. Very, very good, respectful debate. It's gonna come out on. Follow me on Twitter. Just follow me on Twitter. You will see when the debate comes out. It's gonna be on Vinny's channel. Let me actually show you guys this guy's channel. This guy's channel is called Investment Club Vinny. I'm sure I'll find him. There he is. Boom. Here, let's subscribe to him right now. So this guy is going to be putting out the video. He kind of moderated the debate. And you guys need to vote on it. If I lost, just write I lost. If I didn't, you could say I didn't, right? But or if I did, then I say I did. I want it to be an honest, RFD, it's called a reason for decision. If you actually thought I lost, put I lost. If you didn't think I lose, then put I didn't lose or I won. But it was a fun debate because we really got to dive deep on some of the core topics and we got to have a really, really good discussion. And the guy is a smart guy. He's up 3,000% on AMD. So he does a crap ton of research. So he's just done a lot of research on Spotify. And I was just like, yeah, bro, none of your research actually is going to pan out the way I conceptualize it. But it's fun. Palantir Long says, I've only been in the stock game for 5 years, but I've never had a losing year. Well, I wish I could be like you because I got into it in 2019 and all I've had are losing years. And it's been the greatest bull market of history. That's wild. EA makes Battlefield in the sports games. Wait, Elon saying he's going to buy EA? Did he say that on Twitter? Let's check Elon's Twitter. If he is, I mean, that'd be kind of cool, right? I mean... Wait, he said he was going to buy... Hold on, I just saw the... Hold on, let me type in Elon. Elon EA. I mean, if he does buy EA, that would be kind of cool. I mean, would it happen? I don't know. But Twitter accepts Elon must buy, hopefully for... yeah, EA Sports Voice is in the drafts. If I was Elon, I'd buy EA, get a team to delete. I mean, that'd be pretty cool if that actually... Why is Peter Thiel trending? Why is Peter Thiel trending? Oh, is this a new article? Oh, we got a new Palantir article. That's why it's trending. Uh-oh. Palantir, government business expansion bodes well for the stock, says top analyst. Whoa. Okay, so we got a new Palantir article. Government stock bodes well. So I'm gonna read this later, but it seems like the guy's just making an argument about the government. Yeah. For example, 2020, the company's U.S. government revenue grew by 91% year over year to $474 million from $284. However, at the same time, revenue generated from the blah, blah, blah increased from 892%. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. That stat right there. As such, health and human services take second place. Overweight. Price target is about 15 to 16. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, I'll probably do a reaction to this article on my channel. I'll go more in depth on it. But I mean, the government business definitely to me is a reason to buy the stock. But why else is Peter trending? Can someone ask free speech absolution Elon Musk whether he thinks his buddy Elon Peter Thiel should? Okay, that's an old story. That's stupid. And there's complexity to that one. Yeah, I don't know why Peter Thiel is trending. Peter Thiel is trending because Elon Musk is like bought Twitter. That's why it's trending. Really? Okay. I guess that's what's going on. Go ahead and finish a little green today. Market turning. I mean, hopefully it's pretty red from what I see. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I just want Elon to talk about Palantir. That would be perfect. Just how dominant it is. Yeah, Elon and Palantir, like Tesla, Palantir, SpaceX, that collab should happen. I mean, there's like, it would be very weird for it to not happen, in my opinion. But like, I guess we got to see if it does happen. It is a bullish article. Yeah, it's a bullish article. Palantir can't be sold, I don't think. I mean, I guess we're going to see. Well, how's Disney doing? Yo, have you guys watched The Mandalorian? Also, Tom was talking about it today on Money Talks. He was like, I stayed up all night to watch The Mandalorian. And I'm like, I have no idea what The Mandalorian is. It's space western. Okay, hold on. I want to read the Wikipedia on what Mandalorian is. Because I'm like, what is The Mandalorian? American space western television series, blah, 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 Star Wars. You know, guys, I never watched Star Wars. I never cared about Star Wars. Like, I just, like, don't know anything about. I don't know Luke Skywalker. I have zero knowledge of the IP. 8-episode first season was met with positive reviews. Outstanding jumps. Okay. So, Tom binged this in 2 days. He was talking about it this morning. That was part of his hot take. And I never got into The Mandalorian. I'm like, why do people, like this thing? Like, I don't get it. That'll make my day. Tesla Palantir. Yeah, I agree. Elon told me he will offer a $150 a share to buy Palantir. Bro, if Elon's got $150 a share to buy Palantir, I will gladly give my 2,000 shares, take that 300K bag, and I'd go build my startup. Which, by the way, if you're interested in investing in, email amit@dailypalantir.com. We actually just closed a couple big deals over this week, so we're at a decent amount right now. I'll be talking about it more publicly when we launch it, but yeah, it's been fun. Definitely not the Gotham properties. It's very good. Star Wars series actually done for Right for Change. Not a big Star Wars fan, but this is a great show. Yeah, like I never got into Star Wars. I know it's an iconic series though. Like it's absolutely iconic. You know, there's some shows I watch that when people haven't watched, I'm like Breaking Bad. When people tell me they haven't watched Breaking Bad yet, I'm like, what is wrong with you? How have you not seen Breaking Bad? Like, it's Breaking Bad. It's Breaking Bad. Like, it is the best show of all time, or like top 10 for me, or top 3. So when people say they haven't seen it, I'm like, wow. But I feel like that's how people think when I'm like Star Wars. I think I've seen it a while ago when I was young, but I never like understood it or got into it. You must watch all the Star Wars from the beginning. You must appreciate. Yeah, when I actually have time in my life, I'm actually gonna watch them. Like, sit down and just consume the. I need to do that with the Godfather movies. I need to do that with a lot of things, that are like iconic things that I've just not watched. Like the Fast and Furious movies I haven't seen. What else haven't I seen? There are probably some cartoon franchises that I haven't really like dug deep into. But Star Wars is the big one. Marvel, like I've seen the Marvel films. I've never gotten super deep into them. My cousin from India loves them, but I haven't gotten that deep into it. But admit, Palantir should be a 1K stock, not 150. I told Elon it wasn't high enough when he offered. Yeah, guys. I mean, again, the market sucks right now, so sentiment is low. But Palantir to me is like a $500 stock, $1 trillion company within the next 8-10 years. I think that's just gonna happen. Question is, can they execute at the end of the day? All right, guys, I gotta head out. I actually gotta go to an appointment. Thank you so much for joining me for a market open. A little bit busy on the slow news day, so to be honest, just don't check your portfolio. Go do other stuff, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see what's going on. New Money Talks probably dropping in 8 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow morning.